Alright, what is going on, guys? This is Purgatory, and before we get into it, in case I sound sick, because I am, unfortunately, right after our cruise, I ended up coming down with COVID. It's a whole thing. I'm feeling a lot better today, enough to actually talk for like an extended period of time, and react and kind of break down the Drizzle season trailer for you. So I'm not going to keep my face cam completely on, because I'm sure I look like garbage right now. I feel like garbage. So Drizzle season, while I was out on the cruise, fortunately, we had Wi-Fi, so I've actually been tweeting about it. But on the cruise, the trailer for Drizzle season for Splatoon 3 came out, and I watched it like billions of times. I downloaded it to my phone and watched it, and I tried to like pick out everything I could. We're gonna kind of just take a look at the trailer first. As of right here, some really cool. First off is the aesthetic. I love the aesthetic so far already. I love this map's art, and it's funny enough, I'm pretty sure this map is actually right outside of Hagglefish Market. If you guys look at the map, we'll probably find that Easter egg here when that comes up. But this thing's pretty cool. The Dread Ringer, it's pretty much like a burst swasher. So I'm actually pretty excited to try this out. It actually looks like it could be a lot of fun. This map I love. I actually really liked it. Both of these maps, I'm actually really happy we got just new maps and not anything like crazy. We didn't get a remake this time. The only remake we got was with Salmon Run. That's gonna come up here soon. The Splatling here, the Gold Dynamo. This part was like, okay, why did they have to show us this? I mean, flipping the hat, that's pretty cool, but it kind of takes away the uniqueness of certain clothing items, so I don't know about that. But this is the map that is it's from Splatoon 2, and it's probably one of the best Salmon Run maps. All these cards showing off all the kits that we're pretty much getting. We got some challenges. The Gold Dynamo again, they're making it very much known. They're like, okay, we're adding the Gold Dynamo this time, guys. Modded Rainmaker. I think this is going to be pretty cool. This is actually leaked early, so this, I think, is cool because somebody posted on Twitter, and I'll go over it here in a bit. But if you look down there, so as the camera pans out, we'll go ahead and just start with this. As the camera pans out, if you look down here, I kind of wish the bar would go away, but you can tell that that's Hagglefish Market. So, and you see the little cargo ships over here, so it's a really cool detail to where Hagglefish Market as an Easter egg is over here. I don't even think they showed off these headphones, but I'm actually really excited to get these headphones. But let's go ahead and start with the map here. So right off the bat, we can see that this map seems a bit like mincemeat in a way, and whether that's good or not is up to you guys. I personally don't know if that's a good thing. There's a grate over here in the corner. I love the gliding, like the people gliding around. That's so cool. There's a lot of grates. It could be really good. I think this is very interesting. But at this shot, what do you think this map was going to be? If your answer was Salt Spray Rig, you're probably not alone on that, because that's exactly how I think a lot of us saw it. You can see that there is an ink rail where my mouse is. There's an ink rail right here. But if you look at this shot, to anybody that I know that is a Call of Duty fan, this map immediately gives me, like from this shot alone, this immediately gives me high-rise vibes from Modern Warfare 2. The good one, I should say. Just the sheer aesthetic. I love this. And that goes with the next map too. It actually reminds me of another map that's in a completely different Call of Duty game. Looking at this layout, you can see the start is very samey. But you can tell there's a lot of grates and stuff going on here. There's a lot of ink rails to where you can access these little spots. So it seems like they're taking player feedback into account, because you can see the grates here, the ink rails that go up this way. And I believe, if I'm thinking correctly, yeah, there's an ink rail over here. So flanking might actually be a thing on this map, because you can see the ink rail over here, which means there's probably one down over here under this text. We'll have to see when it releases, but it looks like they're actually trying to put some like different flank routes, especially for a mode. So we got a bit of a start right here. You can see where this is going. There's an inkable wall right here. A lot of inkable walls this time around. That's one of my biggest criticisms in terms of the maps in this game, is a lot of the walls in this game are not inkable. yes, the lack of flank routes is a bit much, but at the same time, there could be easy flank routes just by making inkable walls, and Scorch Gorge being like one of the worst offenders, to be honest. But again, you can see the ink rails over here, so it actually looks like you can go around, jump around here, and go mid. So it seems like you actually have some choices this time around. Going back to this, the Dreadringer, we got a funny little face here. This thing looks pretty epic, I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan, I'm not a huge Slosher player, and I know a lot of people that are. I'm more of a Splatling guy, so the weapon coming up we'll talk about here, but this one's so interesting. So it looks like the damage drop-off is probably going to be the same as a Slosher, to where it's 50 damage, maybe, but you can see that he hits 2 shots here, and he actually ends up getting the splat. So this one, that one took 3, so it might be a 3-shot kill now that I think about it. So if you guys look at this map, kind of this outward shot, if anybody I know that has played Black Ops 4, you'll probably recognize kind of the aesthetic here. It very much gives you Icebreaker vibes from Black Ops 4. I'm really stoked about this because it was really funny, because when I went to Alaska and I saw these, it was kind of like this. We're taking a cruise, there's a bunch of mountains in the background. So I'm really stoked about this. It seems like they're kind of given that whole theme of the city, because we had this rooftop map, the high-rise looking map, and then now we have the cargo ship. And if you look in the rooftop map, in the background here, you can see that there are cargo ships. Let's go to this last shot. I think this is a better shot. But you can see that there's cargo ships down here, and that's even in the skybox of Hagglefish Market. So it looks like we're actually going to be riding on one of those cargo ships, and this map, I will say right off the bat, looks really small. This one actually looks like it has flank routes again too. Gives me a bit of faith that we actually might get some good maps this time around. And not saying that the new maps that we have aren't bad, but they are lacking in terms of player options, and it looks like they're actually taking that into account and actually letting players have options for playstyles. This middle area kind of gives me Undertow Spillway vibes. You can see the wall kind of narrows here, but here you can see you can jump on this grate that comes up here, and you can go around this. You don't have to go straight through that. You can actually go around it, which is nice. Now this baby is what I'm probably the most excited for, the Heavy Edit Splatling. This thing is probably going to be the most beautiful weapon I use. And it's, so if you actually listen to the charge up, it looks like the first initial charge is going to be really fast, but then that charge after it is going to take a bit of time. So if you listen closely, he charges it up really, really fast. Let's do one more time, and I'm going to amplify the audio so you can give it a listen. So it seems like, again, it seems like it charges really fast at the beginning, but then charges really slow so you can actually get more shots to fire. And it looks like you can probably hold the charge like how you could do the ballpoint in the Nautilus. I'm not entirely sure. Now, Salmon and Smokeyard. It actually looks like they didn't change a thing on this map, and that is a good thing, because this map was pretty good to begin with. I don't know if these grates were here before, but every time I played this map in Splatoon 2, it's always been the most fun for me, except for Arc Polaris. I think my favorite personally is Arc Polaris, but Salmon and Smokeyard is a fantastic Splatoon Salmon Run map. So, very excited for it, because now it looks like they actually added some platforms here to where you can now, since there's egg throwing, you don't have to get on these platforms or take a really long route just to get to the basket. Now, you can just launch your eggs across the gap, and if your teammate's over there, they can grab it and score for you. These maps get so much better simply because of the egg throwing, and it's actually pretty astonishing how much of a difference that egg throwing makes. But you can see that they use the Dreadringer on this over here. The work uniforms I'm actually kind of excited about. I like the camouflage look. I kind of preferred this more. But the cards, let's look at the cards. Also, if you can hear the USB thing, but as you can see, I think this is the custom Gootuber. We're getting a new sloshing machine kit, and there's the 2 new weapons, a new Octobrush, the gold dynamo. To all my dynamo players, congratulations, you finally got your dynamo almost 1 year later. But notice how there's no shooters. So those are cool, but again, notice how there's no shooters. We got a new bow. I forget the name of it, but we got a new bow. We got a new blow blobber. Looks like the Deco logo. We got a new ballpoint, which I'm actually very stoked to see. I'm actually really excited to see what kit we get. But apparently we're getting a new Splatbrella kit, and a lot of people have seen what the kit has been, and I can't really remember, but apparently it's supposed to be an actually really good kit for the Splatbrella. Here's to hoping we get that. But we're finally getting cards for the bosses in Salmon Run, and it's 17 points, dude. That's a lot of points. So the challenges here, I don't really care too much for. I think the Inkjets thing is fun. It looks like swim it to win it. Win it might be like a max swim speed kind of challenge. This is what I'm most excited for to try out. I really like the concept of a modified Rainmaker. And so now to kind of end off the video here, I'll go ahead and go into this. So you can see that it's nighttime here, and they actually spend quite a bit of time showing off that part. And somebody posted on Twitter, I forget their names, but if you're watching this video and you know who you are, please make yourself known in the comment section below. But they had a good point. They saw that over here a lot of people were standing in recon, but something you got to keep in mind is developers have more tools than the consumers do, unless you're modding your Switch, but be careful if you do that. But it seems that we're actually going to be able to recon the maps at nighttime in their Splatfest versions, I assume. Which is cool. It's either that, or we're actually going to get nighttime versions of the maps. I think that would be really cool to actually see these maps at night, because you only really get to see them at night during Splatfest. So being able to see them at night whenever you kind of want to, and especially maybe even doing it in private battles to where you could make the maps nighttime for whenever you have like a private battle session with viewers would be really cool. I think the next thing they should do though, if that's the case, the next thing they should do though is adding challenges to the private battles. That might be like an end of support thing, but who knows. I really like this logo. I think I'm very excited for the season. There's a lot more stuff in this season that I'm personally excited for. So my biggest highlight with this trailer and everything is the fact that we're getting brand new maps. No remakes, nothing, except for Salmon Run obviously, but I'm talking multiplayer. We're not getting remakes, we're actually getting 2 brand new maps, both with kind of like a similar theme to one another, kind of taking place in the same area as Hagglefish Market, and also increasing that world building. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I love the aesthetic of it, and September 1st is come soon enough. This heavy edit Splatling, I'm super excited for it, but I'm also, again, really excited to try out the Dreadrunner. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this analysis, and I had a lot of fun kind of going through this trailer and trying to break it down myself. I think the maps that we have or are gonna get might actually be good maps for once, especially the brand new Splatoon maps. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Make sure to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and let me know down in the comment section below. What do you think of Drizzle season? You can be critical. You can express your disappointments, but don't be negative. If you're negative, your comment will either be deleted or completely ignored. We don't do negativity around here, and if you're gonna be negative, I don't want you around. I just gotta make sure I have that crystal clear. Leave your feedback, your criticism about Drizzle season. What do you love about it? What are you kind of hoping you had with it? I look forward to your answers. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I love you all. Have an absolutely fantastic day.